Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. If you are new to this channel, my name is Laide and I make videos about my life in Estonia, and I would also be adding now some videos about life as a new mom. So my postpartum journey, as you must have seen from the title, I'll be giving you guys a brief insight into how it has been so far for me. So my baby is 4 months now, so it's been 4 beautiful months of being a mom on this motherhood journey. I have learned so much, that I can say. I have grown so much, and I would like to share some of the things that I've learned. So the very first thing I want to talk about today is breastfeeding. So after you have your baby, you are just expected to put the baby to the boob and start giving the baby nutrition and all that, but the truth is breastfeeding, breast milk, the act of feeding, the act of lactating itself doesn't come naturally to all women. For some it happens automatically, immediately. For some it never happens. Some women just have like trickles of milk even after they do everything that's supposed to be done to stimulate production. So breastfeeding is not automatic. If you are a new mom or you are thinking of having a baby, I do pray for you that if you do want to breastfeed, like, it happens for you and you have a good supply and a good latch. But it doesn't happen automatically for a lot of people. It's not naturally automatic as we have been led to believe all these years. So for me personally, I started lactating around day 3. I wasn't able to do skin to skin after I had my baby. I don't know if that was part of the reasons or not. I think it was. I had to undergo like a number of procedures. Anyway, so the day after my surgery, I was in post-op, bleeding from so many places, and so I couldn't even like move from the bed. I couldn't even turn from my left to my right or do anything. So my baby was in the nursery and he was being taken care of there, and he was fine. They told me he was fed, he was fine, and I really couldn't stress about breastfeeding or suckling or doing skin to skin at that time. So like, I needed to be okay, I needed to be well so that I can then take care of him and provide for him. So day 1, I didn't really stress about it. Like, okay, I wasn't even like awake for that long on the day. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I wasn't even awake for that long because I was just drifting in and out of consciousness. I had supplemental oxygen and all that. I think I'll put the picture somewhere here, like the first picture I took post-op. I think I was awake for like 1 hour, then I'm off again, and then like I was hooked up to so many machines, but I digressed. My point is, it might not happen automatically. On day 2, that's when I actually actively started trying to stimulate myself to produce milk for my baby. So it was less than 24 hours after I gave birth. I'm not sure exactly how many hours, but it was less than 24 hours. I think about 20 hours thereabouts. So they brought the baby to me. I put him on my chest. We had skin to skin, and then they brought a breast pump. Oh yeah, and the midwives showed me how to latch the baby and all that. They did everything. I think I'll make a separate video about that. Let me not go into details of all that, but long story short, it was until the 3rd day that I had colostrum, and it was a good amount from 2 breasts. I was able to pump enough colostrum, and then I gave it to my baby. I noticed like when he latches, he was sleepy. Yeah, that was another thing that they don't really talk about. Like, okay, in the hospital, the advice is to feed the newborn every 3 hours. So they bring him to me from the nursery every 3 hours. That was I'm talking about on the 2nd day, day 2. So every 3 hours he was brought to me for skin to skin and to latch and suckle. This boy was not awake. He showed me like some tips or tricks to try to wake him up to feed. He would latch, no doubt, but he wasn't sucking anything. And so I just made it a point of duty to use their pump. It was a very good pump in the hospital. And so I was using the pump. I make sure like I pump a sizable amount of colostrum before they bring him to me, so at least once to twice a day I know like he gets good colostrum. That was what I did until they finally brought him permanently to my room. I think it was on day 3 they now brought him to me. Yeah, my point is, don't stress, don't feel too bad, don't beat yourself up. I know it's almost impossible to say it or to do these things, but it's just the truth. You are doing your best as a new mom to produce milk for your baby. Just do your best. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Your baby will be fine nonetheless. And even now, with all the modern facilities and everything, if you do not want to formula feed, there's a way you can get donations of breast milk. People donate breast milk. You can get connected on your local Facebook or here and there. Like, if you are okay with that kind of thing, speak to your midwife at the hospital. They'll be able to help you, connect you with people that can assist you till your milk comes in. There are many I'll link some videos below. There are many ways to stimulate your body to produce milk, so you might want to look into that. If you've tried everything and it hasn't worked, there are many different methods. For me, I just kept on pumping, and then I took a lot of kefir, and I took lots of water too. A friend of mine told me like I should just drink a lot of water, and that's what helped her. And so I was drinking water. Somebody else told my husband about kefir, so I was drinking kefir and I was drinking water, and I was pumping like every 2 hours thereabout, and then yeah, it eventually came in. Another thing about breastfeeding, your baby can decide he doesn't want a particular boob. It's very possible that your baby just wants to feed on one side, and this can be for a variety of reasons. It can be like maybe the baby had like a slight injury during childbirth and the neck is stiff, or there's a lip tie or a tongue tie. It can be any of these things, but it can also mean your baby is perfectly normal and just prefers a particular boob. So don't think that you're broken or your baby is broken if he or she only decides to feed on a particular side. That's what they want. Another thing that is important to note, still on breastfeeding, the breast milk can come in different colors. So I'll put like a chart on the screen. I'm not talking about colostrum. We are done with colostrum after the first few days. When your actual milk comes in, it can be yellow, it can be white, it can be pink, it can be green. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it can come in different colors.
Nobody told me that whenever I had a baby, that if I chose to breastfeed, that my milk would come in an array of colors. Exhibit A. The color you expect, right? Exhibit B. And why is it pink, Gardy? Do you really want to know? It's blood. Baby can drink it though. So, up to you whether you do it or not. But, blood milk.
If you are alarmed, speak to your healthcare provider. Let them know what is going on and check if anything is wrong. But yeah, the milk can come in different colors. Another thing that is important to note is your milk comes in 2 stages. So when I say 2 phases, we have the fore milk and the hind milk. So the fore milk is like that watery milk that you get when you just pinch your nipple to stimulate for the baby, or when you just start pumping. It looks kind of watery, it's not thick. And then the hind milk is a fatty milk that actually looks like milk, you know. So if you are exclusively breastfeeding and your baby just keeps on getting hungrier and hungrier, you might want to get rid of the fore milk first and then feed the baby the hind milk, because the hind milk is actually the fatty milk that fills the baby up and not the watery one that comes first. And also, if you are exclusively breastfeeding and your baby has colic and you're wondering like how breastfed babies do get colic, it can be from the fore milk. So if you are able to express the fore milk out and just feed your baby the hind milk, you would eliminate most of the issues that your baby has. Like it's just wonderful. I really do wish like so much of this is discussed more, like more women know these things. And then another thing that I have discovered is the latch, like how your baby latches on when feeding, actually can affect the supply in the long run. So don't think that, oh, the baby is comfortable, I'm comfortable. The latch has to be correct. If not, it's going to affect your supply, and it's going to affect the shape of your nipple. It's going to affect so many things in the long run. So what I did is I think it was around 4 or 5 weeks when I felt like, okay, let me see a professional, because I felt like his latch was not correct. It was painful, like I was in quite some amount of pain. So I went to see a lactation consultant, and oh my gosh, she was the sweetest woman, like one of the sweetest healthcare professionals that I've met. And she was really sweet, and she showed me everything that I should know, how to do this, how to do that. And yeah, so I'm pretty sure there will be a lactation consultant near you that you can also visit and let them know like what's going on with you. So yeah, that is that about breastfeeding. There's still so much more, but that's what I have learned so far. I knew that sleep was going to be a struggle for me even before I had my baby. Like, that is the number one way that I relax, and sleep is just really important to me. Until this sweetheart came and was waking up every 2 hours, waking up every 3 hours. I'm getting used to it now, and I'm getting to understand his sleep cycles more. One thing that I have been told is important to regulate their naps and time them, time everything. So it is important to actually time their naps, that's their wake times during the day. Depending on the age of your baby, there is a maximum wake time. Your baby is not a machine, he's not a robot. They will not adhere to all those awake and sleep times every day, but it's important to know them, so like you understand, like, okay, he's fed, his diaper is changed, he's still cranky, why? He's been awake for more than 2 hours, that's why. He's been awake for more than 3 hours, that's why. So you know, like, the next step, what next to take. Like, I know it's for we like typical Africans, it's not conventional for us to like time when baby is sleeping or when baby is awake, but I found like it has really helped with my sanity. Like, I don't like being confused, that's the word. I don't like not knowing what to do. Like, I've tried everything, like what am I supposed to do next, like what's supposed to happen next, you know. But like when I started doing that, like I think the week that we even brought him home, I had to learn everything about baby sleep because like it's important to me. And so like I know his awake times and everything. So I found that it really helped me like to not be confused when he's cranky. Like, I know, okay, it's time to sleep. It's a really good thing. Another thing that has really helped me is establishing a routine. Right from when I brought him from the hospital, his bath time is at night, and it's like always 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes of bath time, and he knows that after bath time is sleep. We've been doing this for 4 months now, so he knows. I remember there was a particular day where he was having like poop lotion throughout that day, so around noon I decided to bathe him like proper, because I felt like it was just too much poop, and my baby thought like it was bedtime. I've never seen him that confused. I've never seen him that confused since I've had him. And that night was really pretty hectic for me because I had destabilized his whole routine. And so now I know better. We have stuck to it for 4 months, and we will continue to stick to his night bedtime routine because it really helped. It really helps. He knows like after bathing, sleep is the next thing. Sometimes he doesn't sleep immediately, but eventually he settles down and he sleeps off, and then he knows like it's time to sleep and all of that. So I would advise, if you can, yes, make a nice routine for your baby, for yourself. It really help you in the long run. Another thing that's really common postpartum is night sweat. I started having my night sweat around 32 or 34 weeks pregnant. I think around 32 weeks I started having night sweat, and it's something that is common postpartum, actually, not during pregnancy. It continued till about 1 month postpartum, I still had the sweats. It was bad because I would just wake up drenched in sweat. I'm wondering what the hell is going on, even if the room is like a normal temperature. But I knew like it's just normal postpartum, your hormones and all that, your body trying to thermoregulate. It's okay, it will pass. It will pass. Another thing that comes with the sweat is a strange kind of body scent. I don't want to call it odor, but yeah, there will be like this strange distinct scent coming from you, mostly from your underarms region postpartum. It's nature. It doesn't mean that you suddenly became a dirty pig or something. Your body is trying to let your baby know when you are there. Is trying to help your baby know how to locate your boobs, how to navigate and all that. All that is put in place to help you and your baby to bond, to make things easier for your baby. And yes, it will pass also. I would advise you invest in a good deodorant, something maybe aluminium free if you can, but please don't fret about this. It happens, it's normal. Postpartum strange sense. I don't want to use the word odor, but it happens. Like, have you ever like stopped to think that like you go into a room when your child is fast asleep, the lights are off, you do not make a sound, and you tiptoe into a room and you're just staring at your baby as he or she sleeps without making a sound, and then your child suddenly just opens the eyes and starts staring at you, and you wonder how did the child know you were there? It's your scent. Like, God has done it in such a way that your baby knows your scent. Your baby can smell you. The baby knows when you are there, so it's not a terrible thing. But of course, if it bothers you or your partner, invest in a good deodorant. That will help. It will go a long way to help. Another thing that is most common postpartum is an increase in shoe size. This one is a bit trivial, but yeah, most women actually complain about this, like their shoe increased the size after they got pregnant and had their babies. Okay, yeah, this is due to quite a number of factors, but it can be prevented. So most women during pregnancy, they tend to want to be comfortable. Like, I'm also guilty. I want, even when I'm not pregnant, I want comfort, you know. But I tried to research about this while I was pregnant. Before I even got pregnant, I used a size 40, and I don't really get my size for really cute shoes that I like. Size 40 shoes are the ones that like get off the shelves first. Like, you enter shop, especially when they are doing like really good sales. I didn't want to go up a size. Like, I did not want to go up a size. And so I started checking like what can cause it, what you can do to prevent. And this woman like shared her experience, and she stated that try to avoid wearing slippers, sandals, slip-ons when you are pregnant, especially when you have like to walk for a long period of time, like you have to do some walking that day. Don't wear slippers, don't wear slip-ons. And of course, if you are in the house, you can wear whatever you like, but once you are leaving and you have to do some walking, so that's what I did throughout my pregnancy. I was wearing shoes even when like I had to go on walks, like my doctor mandated me to go on walks in the evenings. I was wearing my sneakers, I was wearing shoes even when I didn't feel like it. And of course my shoe size didn't increase. So I don't know if it will work for you. It might work for you, but if you are particular about not increasing the shoe size, yeah, just look for a comfortable pair of shoes to wear during your pregnancy instead of slippers or slip-ons. Yeah, you got my drift. Alright guys, I feel like okay, this video is already long enough. I'll leave it here. This is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I don't want this video to be too lengthy. If you enjoyed, or if you want a part 2 of this video, please let me know. I would continue it. I really enjoy filming this kind of videos. And please don't forget to subscribe, like my video, share it to your friends, and I'll see you all on my very next video. Bye.